What if the most protected child in Hollywood was finally allowed to speak? For 12 years, a wall of legal silence stood between Suri Cruise and the truth about her father. But the moment she turned 18, that wall officially crumbled. For over a decade, the public has watched this story unfold from a safe distance, observing a silent custody battle that played out behind closed doors, hidden away under highly strategic and ironclad legal agreements. But now, the clock has finally run out, the legal barriers have shattered, and a new era of absolute personal freedom has officially begun. To truly understand why the entire entertainment world has been holding its breath for this exact moment, we have to look closely at the profound legal and psychological gravity of turning 18. In the high-stakes realm of celebrity divorces, 18 is far more than just a chronological milestone. It is a massive, highly anticipated legal threshold. It represents the precise geographical and legal boundary where child custody agreements, mandated parental visitation schedules, and court-monitored child support payments instantly dissolve into history. But in this highly specific case, the stakes were absolutely astronomical. For more than 12 years, rumors have circulated continuously about the existence of ironclad, permanent non-disclosure agreements, commonly referred to as gag orders. These restrictive legal contracts, allegedly signed during one of the most sensationalized and complex divorces in modern pop culture history, kept the true nature of Suri's childhood and her father's highly secretive religious world completely locked away in a legal vault. The general public has been left with absolutely nothing but speculation, unanswered questions, and a profound, echoing silence. But now, that silence has faced its ultimate challenge. Because while a parent can legally sign away their own right to speak, they cannot legally bind their child once that child reaches the age of majority. The protective legal shield has officially fallen, and for the first time in her adult life, Suri is standing entirely on her own terms, legally free to speak her own truth. To fully appreciate the gravity of her newfound freedom, we must journey back to the chaotic summer of 2012. It was a time when Tom Cruise was at the absolute peak of his global blockbuster stardom, and his high-profile marriage to actress Katie Holmes was constantly under the intense, microscopic gaze of the global paparazzi. Behind the scenes, however, a quiet, desperate storm was brewing. Katie Holmes slowly realized that her young daughter was fast approaching an age where the Church of Scientology would begin to exert its massive institutional influence, potentially enrolling her in specialized, highly intense youth programs or isolated retreats. Understanding the immense legal power and global reach of the organization, Katie knew that a standard, prolonged celebrity divorce battle would likely result in joint custody, giving Tom the legal right to introduce Suri to his controversial spiritual practices. What followed was a masterclass in strategic legal warfare. Working in absolute, military-grade secrecy, Katie utilized burner phones, rented a highly secure, hidden apartment in New York City, and collaborated intensely with her father, Martin Holmes, a highly skilled and brilliant attorney. Together, they coordinated a swift legal ambush, filing for divorce in the state of New York rather than California. This was a critical tactical move because New York courts were historically far more likely to grant sole physical custody to a single parent. Tom was completely blindsided while filming on location on an isolated movie set in Iceland. Within a mere 11 days, the entire divorce was settled. Katie secured sole physical custody of Suri, a legal victory that was almost unprecedented given Tom's immense wealth, power, and legal resources. But to secure this safety and keep Suri away from Scientology's specialized schools, Katie reportedly had to pay a devastatingly heavy price, signing strict, lifelong non-disclosure agreements that barred her from ever speaking publicly about her marriage or her personal experiences with the church. But wait, there is a massive, shocking paradox at the center of this legal masterpiece. While Katie Holmes succeeded in safeguarding her daughter through an ironclad wall of silence, she inadvertently created a ticking clock that neither she nor the Church of Scientology could ever stop. You see, under fundamental contract law, a minor cannot be held to a non-disclosure agreement that they did not personally sign, nor can a parent legally sign away a child's future rights as an independent adult. This means that while Katie is legally bound to absolute silence for the rest of her life, Suri is not. The moment she blew out the candles on her 18th birthday cake, the legal handcuffs slipped off. She became a private citizen with the absolute, unrestricted legal right to publish a tell-all memoir, sit down for a primetime television interview, or share the intimate details of growing up as the most famous and most heavily protected child in the world. The very organization that spent 12 years ensuring its secrets were safe suddenly found itself facing a young woman who holds all the keys and who is completely beyond their legal reach. So, how did this newly liberated 18-year-old choose to use her voice? She did not run to the nearest tabloid, nor did she sit down for a sensationalist, highly paid television interview. Instead, she chose a path of quiet, devastatingly elegant, and symbolic rebellion. During a production of the stage musical Head Over Heels at her elite high school in New York City, where she brilliantly played the role of Philoclea, the audience opened their playbills to find a shocking omission. The lead actress was not listed as Suri Cruise. She was listed as Suri Noelle. Weeks later, during her formal high school graduation ceremony, as she walked proudly across the stage to receive her diploma, the name read aloud to the cheering crowd was, once again, Suri Noelle. By dropping the name Cruise, she did not merely change a surname. She shed one of the most powerful, recognizable, and heavily branded names in Hollywood history. She chose instead to adopt Noelle, which is her mother's middle name. It was a profound, public tribute to the woman who sacrificed her own voice to protect her, and a clear, undeniable signal to the world of where her loyalties and her identity lie. It shows that identity is not just something you inherit, it is something you actively choose to claim. This symbolic declaration carries immense weight when you analyze the chilling reality of Scientology's policy of disconnection, which represents one of the most controversial and heartbreaking aspects of the entire organization. For years, observers have wondered how a father as wealthy and public as Tom Cruise could go more than a decade without seeing his own daughter. The answer lies within the strict, uncompromising doctrines of his faith. In Scientology, when a member leaves the church, they are often declared a suppressive person, an individual who is viewed as a threat to the spiritual well-being of other members. Under the policy of disconnection, active Scientologists are required to cut all personal, emotional, and physical ties with anyone deemed a suppressive person, even if that person is their own spouse or child. Because Katie Holmes fled the church to raise Suri in the secular world, they were both effectively cut off from Tom's life. While Tom continued to fulfill his legal obligation of paying $400,000 a year in child support, his physical presence was entirely non-existent. He reportedly has not been photographed or seen with Suri since 2012. Even on the day of her high school graduation, while Suri was celebrating her milestone with her mother and grandparents in New York, Tom was spotted thousands of miles away, attending a Taylor Swift concert in London. This financial arrangement, where a father pays hundreds of thousands of dollars for a child's upkeep and future college tuition, but remains a complete stranger, is a bizarre, almost unbelievable paradox that defines the modern celebrity dynamic. This tragic family division becomes even more striking when we look at a historical comparison within the same family. During Tom Cruise's previous marriage to Nicole Kidman, the couple adopted 2 children, Isabella and Connor. When that marriage ended, and Nicole chose to leave the influence of Scientology, she faced a very different outcome. Isabella and Connor chose to remain within the church, and as a result of the disconnection policy, they became deeply estranged from their mother. For years, Nicole Kidman has had to endure the painful reality of being separated from her adoptive children, who reportedly did not even invite her to their weddings. Katie Holmes, having witnessed this tragic outcome, was determined to ensure that Suri's story would be different. By fighting for sole custody and completely removing Suri from the church's sphere of influence from a very young age, Katie ensured that Suri grew up grounded, independent, and free from the psychological pressure of the organization. Suri's path stands as a historical anomaly, proving that a different ending was indeed possible if the custody walls were built strong enough. The contrasting paths of these children highlight a powerful truth about identity and agency. Suri Noelle's decision to drop her father's name is not just a teenage whim, it is a permanent boundary line drawn in the sand. It is a declaration that her identity is defined by the mother who raised her, not the famous father who became a stranger. Despite the intense media scrutiny that has followed her since she was a baby, Suri has emerged as a confident, talented young woman. She has already contributed her vocal talents to the soundtracks of her mother's independent films, showing that she possesses the creative spirit of her parents, but on her own terms. As she moves forward into her college years and adulthood, she does so under a name of her own choosing. She has proven that you do not need to speak loudly, write a sensational book, or engage in public mudslinging to make your voice heard. Sometimes, the most powerful statement you can make is simply choosing who you are and refusing to carry the weight of a legacy that was never truly yours. The 12-year silence has indeed ended, not with a whisper of gossip, but with a clear, resounding declaration of independence. If you want to understand the deep, hidden legal battles that shaped Hollywood's most secretive families and the silent sacrifices made behind closed doors, click on the next video, where we dive even deeper into the untold stories of those who dared to walk away.